Attention, everyone. Yes, it's really me, Kevin Feige, president of Marvel Studios, coming here personally to admit something. I messed up the schedule. That's right, there won't be Marvel releases every month, like some people were hoping. Doomsday and Secret Wars have been pushed to December, one in 2026, the other in 2027. And if you think there's still a movie coming in November, there isn't. Cross that off your nerd planner, because we're saving our energy for the big finales at the end of the year. By the way, before I go on, this is the part where I have to ask for a like and a subscription, right? I admit I always thought this part was cheesy, but if I don't ask, you won't do it. And if you don't do it, I just might decide to delay the X-Men trailer for another 3 years. And you know I'm vindictive. Just click down below, like, subscribe, and leave a cute or slightly annoyed comment. In the 2026 calendar, Marvel had reserved dates for releases in November, but those slots will be used by Disney for other projects, like Pixar Productions, Star Wars, or other live-action animations. That's why there won't be any Marvel releases during that period. This leaves Doomsday as the only major Marvel release at the end of that year. There is a possibility that a film could be released in July 2026, as long as production starts in 2025. For that to happen, the project would need to be low in complexity and have limited visual effects. However, there is no indication that any film is far enough along for this to happen. With Marvel's efforts focused on Doomsday, 2026 could follow the same pattern as 2024, with only one major release, the new Spider-Man movie. At least for now. Let's look at the facts. The gap between Doomsday and Secret Wars is empty, but it's not, because we forgot. There's a strategic date there, July 23, 2027, a very appealing summer window, perfect for a film that will bridge the two Avengers movies. If you thought of Doctor Strange, you got it right. He went with Clea to investigate a so-called incursion and only returns in the midst of the chaos. He fits perfectly into this strategic gap. Among the films considered for the July 23, 2027 date, besides Doctor Strange, there's also the possibility of a new Shang-Chi movie. This is justified by his connection to the multiverse and the franchise's history of exploring mystical elements and parallel dimensions. The Blade movie was removed from the schedule. Although it was previously on the agenda, its production went through several problems and currently has no release date. Therefore, there are no expectations of including it in the plans between Doomsday and Secret Wars. By the way, since we're talking about predictions, the future, and strategic vision, let me make a quick aside. If you're the type who wants to turn artificial intelligence into a real source of income, it's worth checking out the monetization mentorship, Master of Artificial Intelligence. In it, Rodrigo Barros teaches, step by step, how to use AI to create new sources of income and scale your digital or physical business. No empty promises, just proven strategies that have already helped many people level up by using AI as a financial lever. So for anyone interested in making money by using AIs intelligently to speed up the process, I'll leave the link in the video description and pinned in the first comment. Back to the schedule, Black Panther 3 is also in the works. Check out how classy this is. February 2028, Black History Month. And we've already got Denzel Washington on board. I know, it's enough to knock you out of your chair. This movie will be the first official visit to the new Marvel, now revamped, no multiverse, just a single narrative line. It's like the hangover from the old universe and the first sip of the new one. The Black Panther 3 movie might introduce a new protagonist. There are 3 speculated possibilities: the return of the character T'Challa, Shuri remaining as Black Panther, or the introduction of a new hero taking up the mantle after the events of Secret Wars. This film is considered the epilogue of the multiverse saga. There is a direct analogy between the new role of Black Panther and the role that Spider-Man Far From Home played after Avengers Endgame. Just as that film served as an emotional closure for the Infinity Saga, Black Panther 3 would function as the farewell to the multiverse saga before the opening of a new narrative arc. Now, the moment everyone has been waiting for has arrived. What about the X-Men? The question that haunts me in my nightmares. They arrive on 5/2028, American summer, with the vibe of a brand new star in town, free from the multiverse, no Wolverine crying. Now it's the X-Men who are going to run the show. They're going to grab the car keys and drive the new Marvel Universe in style. The new lineup of the X-Men is completely disconnected from the previous versions. Without Hugh Jackman's presence, the idea is to introduce a revamped team aligned with the new Marvel Universe. The goal is to establish the mutants as the main protagonists of the next phase of the franchise. X-Men spin-offs are among the projects planned for after 2028. With the new team in place, there's room to explore individual stories of characters like Storm, Jean Grey, or Nightcrawler, as well as possible adaptations of the New Mutants with a new approach. After them, we have another hot date. November 10th, Fantastic Four 2. Could be Deadpool 4. He's probably already written the script on a bar napkin. Midnight Suns? That's possible too. The fun part here is that we can do whatever we want. The new Marvel is a blank slate, ready to play. Deadpool can keep making fun of everything with no strings attached. Midnight Suns can show up without worrying about the timeline. Creative freedom is the new phase. The second Fantastic Four movie is being considered for the date of November 10, 2028. The condition for this is that the first film is successful and the original cast is kept. Otherwise, there could be a complete overhaul of the team. Ryan Reynolds revealed that he already has ideas for Deadpool 4. The plan is to keep the character in a parallel universe, with total freedom to parody Marvel events. Even with the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, there are no signs of the character being integrated into the main narrative line. Midnight Suns could be slotted in for 2028 as a standalone story without direct connection to the X-Men or other main arcs. This would allow for a new story to be told, outside the central chronology, with supernatural elements and a darker approach. And that's it. Now you already know what's coming, but don't let me down. Leave a like, comment on what you think will happen between Doomsday and Secret Wars, and subscribe to the channel. If you ignore all this, I promise I'll make Howard the Duck the protagonist of the next Marvel saga. And believe me, I have the guts to do it. This video doesn't end here. It continues with us chatting in the comments. If you found this video interesting, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel.